From the notorious striking the Miami Heat mascot like a punching bag to trying unsuccessfully to move on a road to redemption, this is how NBA world erupted over Conor McGregor's mascot attack. Starting with how Conor sent Miami Heat mascot to hospital. During a hilarious skit in the middle of a game, UFC star Conor McGregor decided to throw a punch at Bernie, the Miami Heat's lovable mascot. I mean, we all know what he is like, but who saw that coming? According to The Athletic, McGregor's punch was so powerful that poor Bernie had to be rushed to the ER. The whole thing was part of a planned act to promote a pain relief spray, of all things. McGregor even sprayed it on Bernie after the punches. Definitely got the wrong motivation. Thankfully, the guy inside the mascot costume is okay. The Athletic report, citing a league source, says he received some pain meds at the hospital and was eventually sent home. CNN hasn't confirmed these details yet, but fingers crossed it's true. Cue some context. So, how exactly did it happen? Bernie was decked out in flashy gold boxing gloves and a boxing robe. McGregor took a swing, sending the mascot crashing to the ground. But that wasn't enough for McGregor. He decided to add insult to injury and throw another punch while Bernie was down. Eventually, some folks had to drag the poor mascot off the court. What an eventful night. CNN reached out to McGregor's team for a comment, but they've been tight-lipped about the whole thing. And of course, CNN also tried to get a statement from the Miami Heat and the NBA, but no response yet. Guess they're busy dealing with all the chaos. Now, here's an even more bizarre part. Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra couldn't help but crack a joke about the whole incident. He said, and I quote, "It's the Miami Heat toughness that we're talking about. They should have given the chance to take the first swing." Well played, Coach Spoelstra. And just when you thought the drama was over, McGregor himself decided to weigh in on what went down. Interestingly, according to him, all is well, McGregor talked about punching Miami Heat mascot Bernie. Unfortunately, Miami Heat supporters won't get to witness the triumphant return of their beloved mascot Bernie, especially after the team's loss to the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals on Monday. But safe to say, McGregor dodged a legal bullet, as Bernie is doing just fine. The notorious UFC star opened up about the whole incident during a promotional spot where he clocked Bernie in Game 4 of the series. In an interview with TMZ in New York, McGregor had this to say: "The mascot's good. It was a skit, and it went the way it went and all is well." Well, isn't that a relief? According to McGregor, he spent some quality time with Bernie after the whole ordeal, having a heart-to-heart conversation and sorting things out. Apparently, everything is hunky-dory now. McGregor made it clear that the punch was all part of the show, just a scripted moment for entertainment purposes. But that doesn't mean there won't be any backlash. He responded to the criticism received for his Miami Heat mascot skit. The former UFC champ responded to all the blowback he's been receiving. Now, McGregor's punches were obviously part of the skit, but the thing is, the guy inside the Bernie suit reportedly got legitimately hurt. Doesn't seem like much of skit anymore, but McGregor saying all is good made it worse. Some people are speculating that McGregor was just using poor Bernie as a practice punching bag. I mean, come on. The guy is currently serving as an opposing coach on The Ultimate Fighter Season 31, going head-to-head with Michael Chandler. So maybe McGregor wanted to sharpen his skills? The UFC is apparently hoping to set up a fight between McGregor and Chandler before the end of 2023. But there's a catch to it. McGregor still hasn't re-entered the USADA testing pool and time is running out. Tick-tock, McGregor. Moving to the matter at hand. Many netizens were not happy with what Conor did, and it included a UFC fighter who was really upset. Jorge Masvidal slammed McGregor on Twitter over the whole incident. It seems like former UFC title challenger Jorge Masvidal is absolutely livid with Conor McGregor's recent shenanigans. Masvidal caught wind of the whole incident and wasted no time in letting McGregor have it on Twitter. In a scathing tweet, Masvidal didn't hold back. He wrote, "You came here and threw the chakras of the mascot and team, so for that, you're banned." Whoa, shots fired. Masvidal is clearly not mincing words here. We'll have to wait and see if and when there will be any consequences or fallout from McGregor's altercation with the mascot. Not to mention the NBA fans were also quite angry. McGregor received a lot of backlash. People did not hold back when it came to criticizing McGregor for his unprofessional behavior and calling for some serious consequences. They want to see him pay for his actions, and I mean pay. But it's not just about McGregor. This incident has sparked a larger conversation about the safety concerns of mascots at sporting events. People are demanding more support and training for these individuals who take on the role of entertaining the crowd. They want to ensure that incidents like what happened to Bernie don't happen again in the future. But Bernie's case is not an isolated one. There have been numerous instances where mascots have been injured by athletes or fans during sporting events. It's raising some serious questions about whether having mascots as halftime entertainment is even worth the risk. Bernie ended up in the hospital after taking not one but two powerful punches from McGregor during that skit. Luckily, he was okay. Now, legal action against McGregor doesn't seem likely at the moment, especially considering he has a fight with Michael Chandler coming up later this year. And hey, he was even courtside at the Heat game as part of a sponsorship deal. According to McGregor himself, interacting with the mascot was just fun. However, there are voices calling for McGregor to be removed from future NBA events. They believe that his actions were unacceptable and that he shouldn't be allowed to represent the league in any capacity going forward. It's definitely a complex situation with passionate arguments on both sides. The controversial clash with Bernie raises questions on athlete conduct and role model responsibility. As McGregor threw those powerful punches, the crowd responded with a mix of disapproval and cheers. It was quite the scene. But McGregor didn't stop there. While Bernie was lying unconscious, McGregor landed another punch. Now, this incident has ignited a fiery debate. Should UFC star Conor McGregor be held to a higher standard of conduct as a professional athlete? After all, he's not just a skilled fighter, but also a businessman with his own line of products, like the pain relief spray he used on Bernie. As an influential role model, his actions carry weight and should have real-world consequences, right? Although it's unlikely that a lawsuit will be filed over this incident, it serves as a stark reminder to all sports stars out there. Those halftime antics can turn dangerous real quick if they go too far. This is especially relevant for MMA fighters, who often serve as role models within the sport. It's not always easy, but separating their personal lives from their professional ones is crucial if they want to avoid potential repercussions in the future. But McGregor's road to redemption is sometimes reckless. He's on a mission to avoid the pitfalls that have plagued so many sports stars. The man's seen the lives of athletes who hit rock bottom because of their irresponsible behavior outside the arena, and he wants to break that cycle. As a two-division UFC champion himself, McGregor knows the importance of staying on the right track. To prevent himself from spiraling down a destructive path, McGregor has taken some serious steps. He's made a promise to himself, declaring that he won't drink anymore and that he'll steer clear of actions that tarnishes his image and reputation. It's all about self-improvement and realizing that his previous actions were doing more harm than good. But let's shift gears to the halftime event at the NBA Finals. McGregor showed a different side of himself, a gentler side, as he took part in the promotional skit during Game 4 between the Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat. Now, McGregor's reaction to the recent incident has caused some damage to his image, no doubt about it. But here's the thing, he's making progress in his journey of reformation. He's determined not to repeat the mistakes that got him into this mess in the first place. And you know what? That's admirable. Sure, McGregor has faced plenty of criticism for his recent actions, but it doesn't seem to faze him. He's got his sights set on returning to the octagon, and he's not afraid to aim high. So, from trying to move on a road to redemption, to striking the Miami Heat mascot like a punching bag, that was how the NBA world erupted over McGregor's attack.